Hello guys, good morning all of you. In this class, we will discuss law of reflection of light. I think you have already, if you have seen my earlier video, then in earlier video I have discussed with you some basic concept of light for class 10th, which is related to light chapter. In earlier video, I have discussed mainly two topics, two or three topics. First topic is what do you mean by light? What is light? And second topic is your how do we see an object? And third topic, perhaps define diffraction. These are the three terminology or three questions that will be solved in earlier classes. In this class, we will discuss mainly law of reflection of light. What do you mean by law of reflection of light? Before defining law of reflection of light, first of all, I want to define what do you mean by reflection of light. What do you mean by reflection of light? I think you know about it earlier classes. What do you mean by reflection of light? But only superficially. But here I will explain it with figures so that you can easily understand. Will you believe or not? Without reflection of light, you cannot see an object. Now you will say, sir, you have in earlier classes you have told me, sir, without light you cannot see an object. But here you will see without reflection of light you cannot see an object. Yes, it's true because only when light falls on any object, then that object that means that object helps to reflect light, and that light ray only helps to see an object. Now, first of all, I want to define a reflection of light. What do you mean by reflection of light? What do you mean by reflection of light? It's very easy, not very lengthy or very difficult to understand. What do you mean by reflection of light? Very easy. As you know that when very simple example I want to take, which is very natural. You have seen when sunlight falls from source, that means when sunlight comes on surface of the earth, what will happen? What will happen means that when light falls on the earth's surface of earth, then most of the energy is absorbed by surface of earth, because our earth having moisture, somewhere water, somewhere plants, somewhere any object, somewhere any factory, that means light ray is absorbed, most of the energy is absorbed, but remain some of that also reflected in back same medium. And do you know this phenomena, this event is known as your reflection of light. Now you will see, sir, how can I write, how can you define it in in a conceptual manner? Then I will say, don't worry, I will explain it very detailed. Definition of reflection of light very easy. I want to take, as you know, that it doesn't matter surface is how, maybe zigzag, maybe a smooth surface, maybe plain surface, but definition is same. So I want to define reflection of light when right here when light ray fall on an object after touching the surface, after touching the surface of object, it reflects in same medium. If you want to correct here, just you can when light ray fall on an object coming from one medium, right here, when coming from one medium, it reflects in same medium. This phenomenon of light is known as reflection of light. This phenomena is known as reflection of light. Reflection of light. Simply reflection of light reflection of light means when light ray incident means coming, just here I have written fall on, you can write anyone. When light ray incident from one medium to when light ray incident from one medium to any surface, and after falling on that surface, suppose that this is light ray and falling on this surface, when light ray falling on this surface, touching this surface and just touching surface, it reflects in same medium. And this phenomena doesn't matter always it coming from this way, maybe different kinds of way. So when light ray coming and after touching this surface, it reflects in different medium, in different way, and this phenomena is known as reflection of light. This phenomena is known as reflection of light. Now I want to explain with some figure. Suppose that this is your object, any object. When light ray incident on this object, there are a lot of light ray which falls. Suppose that there is a sun, and if there is a sun, and if a light ray falls on this object or incident on this object, then what will happen? Definitely most of the energy is absorbed by this object, but some of them will be reflected in same medium again. This phenomena, that means rebacking of light ray in same medium, is known as reflection of light. If you shortly want to write a definition of reflection of light, you can write here rebouncing or rebacking. Rebouncing or rebacking of light in same medium is known as reflection of light. I think you understand very well, and if you understand exact definition of reflection of light, then I will again add a next term, law of reflection of light. What do you mean by law of reflection of light? Very simple. When light ray reflects, that means when reflection phenomena exist, when reflection phenomena existed by light, you can write here, when reflection phenomena existed by light, then it obeys a particular law which is known as reflection of light. Means that I want to see you when light ray falls on this object, it definitely incident at a particular angle, and definitely it will again reflect with a particular angle. And this that means this law, when we will measure about what is the measure of this angle, reflection angle and reflected angle, then you will see how do you can understand very easily what do you mean by law of reflection of light. But I want to just here define it. Sometimes in examination, maybe in your board examination, he may ask to you what do you mean by law of reflection of light. Law of reflection of light means that when reflection phenomena existed by light, it obeys a particular law which is known as law of reflection of light. Very shortly you can write this definition, but if you want to write, you can also write in very detail. When light ray, another definition you can also write, when light ray incident from one medium to, when light ray incident on a surface or on an object, after touching the surface or object, it again, after touching the surface or object, it again reflected or rebacking in same medium. During this phenomena, it obeys a particular law which is known as law of reflection of light. I think you understand very well. And if you understand law of reflection of light, then I want to give you a clean picture that will help to understand very easily what do you mean by law of reflection. I think you understand very well both definitions. Now, I want to give a clear picture. Suppose that I want to take a clean plane surface that will help to understand very easily. So I want to take a plane surface, but you can take any zigzag surface or any this way surface, diffused surface, you can take easily. But I want to take a plane surface because it will help to understand very easily. Suppose that this is your a plane mirror. I think you know very well what do you mean by plane mirror. Plane mirror is nothing. Having surface is plane, a reflected surface is plane. In earlier classes, you have discussed earlier. Still, I have told you. Suppose this is your plane mirror or any surface. Suppose you can consider also any surface. Suppose that there is a sun. This is your sun, and definitely sunlight falls from it or emerges from it. Suppose that there is a light ray which is coming from this sun, and when light ray incident on this surface, suppose that this is your A, this is your O, what will happen? This is your light ray coming from sun and incident on this surface, touching this surface at O. What will happen? Definitely it will reflect in same medium. Anyway, I have reflected in same medium. This is medium, this is medium, same medium. It reflects in same medium. Now, it is reflected in same medium, and this phenomena is known as a reflection of light. And when light ray incident again reback or rebouncing in same medium during this phenomena, it obeys a particular law. It obeys a particular law which is known as law of reflection of light. Now, I want to take another conceptual definition. I think next topic, some basic definition or definition based terminology I want to introduce you. This light ray AO is known as incident ray. You can write here incident ray, which is your AO, which is your AO, which is your AO. AO, what is AO? AO is incident ray. AO is incident ray. AO is incident ray. Just AO is incident ray. And OB is what? Reflected ray. This point O is your point of incidence. This point O is point of incidence. AO is incident ray. OB is reflected ray. I think you understand very easily. Now I want to define some this terminology. What do you mean by incident ray? Light ray which is coming from source of light and falls on an reflected surface. Very easy definition. Why do you say this is a reflected surface? Because when light ray falls on it, it reflects. It reflects. So you can define it. You can write here. Just write here. Incident. What do you mean by incident ray? Incident ray means a light ray which is coming from source of light and falls on reflected surface. I think you understand very well. Next will be your reflected ray. Here AO is incident ray and OB is your reflected ray. What do you mean by OB? That is reflected ray. You can again define it very easily. Reflected ray means that when light ray, reflected ray means that you can easily define. When light ray incident on a surface, after touching the surface, it again reback or rebounces in same medium, and that ray which is again going in same medium is known as your reflector ray. Is known as your reflector ray. I think you understand. You can write it. Next will be your point of incidence. What do you mean by point of incidence? Point of incidence means that O. Point of incidence means the O. Point of incidence is O. Now, how can you define it? It's very easy. You can again write when light ray, or it's very easy. Point of incident is a point that lie on reflected surface at which, just you can write. I want to write because sometimes you are not capable to write here also. Write here. Point of incidence is a point that lies on reflected surface at which incident ray falls. At which incident ray falls. Very easy definition. Or you can, another way you can again define point of, what do you mean by point of incidence? Point of incidence means that it is a point at which incident ray falls. Simply you can define. It is a point at which incident ray falls. It is a very simple definition of it. I think you understand very well. Now, if you see before 2 or 3 minutes, I have told you what do you mean by law of reflection of light. It's very easy. When light ray incident on a surface, it obeys a particular law. Now you will definitely arise, sir, what are the law? What is a particular law that during reflection it automatically prepares? Sir? Can you see? Yes, it's very easy. I want to introduce a next terminology which is known as this is your normal. Because if you say it follows a particular law, which kind of law it make? Because if you see here different kinds of light ray incident point, there exists a point of incident, and definitely there will be two things. Either these ray meet at particular point, or if you see this light ray incident a particular angle and again reflected in same medium at a particular with a particular angle, means that definitely this kind of any law will be framed here. So I want to say you this. Suppose that this is your any normal. This vertical line will be normal. Why I have drawn this vertical line just for measuring at which angle this light ray incident, at which angle this incident ray and this reflector ray incident and reflected. For measuring this angle, I have drawn a normal. This OP, you can write OP is a normal. OP is a normal. Now, if you want to define this definition, normal, you can again define normal means that it is a perpendicular line. It is a perpendicular line, which is you can again say it is a perpendicular on. It is perpendicular on your reflected surface and falls on point of incidence. Or you can it is a perpendicular line on point of incidence. Very easy definition, nothing to define more. I think you understand very well. Now, if you draw a normal, this is a perpendicular line, then it makes this angle and this angle. This angle is simply denoted by I and this angle is simply denoted by R. And this angle AOP is known as incident angle. And BOP is known as reflected angle. So you can write here angle I is equal to incident angle, and angle R is equal to reflected angle. These are the two angles, angle I and angle R. I think you understand very well. Now, if you understand angle I and angle R, now I want to define it. Very easy to define it. How can you define incident angle? Angle AOP. I think I want to also write in alphabetical. Angle BOP. These are the two angles, incident angle and the reflected angle. I think you understand very well. Now, again, I want to define this angle, incident angle and reflected angle. Geometrically, you have to just define it. How does this angle framed? Between the AO and OP. AO means that incident ray, OP means that normal. So easily you can define an incident angle means that angle between the incident ray and normal. Now, if you want to, very easily you can write in short notes, but if you want to write in exam, please write here. Define incident angle, just write. It is the angle which is formed by incident ray, that means AO and normal OP. This is your angle AOP, which is your incident angle. You can write again definition. It is the angle which is formed by incident ray and normal. It is denoted by a small I, and you can draw this picture to represent all these angles. And next definition will be reflected angle. Angle R, which is formed between BO, which is formed by BO and OP, means that reflected angles. If someone asks to you, just define angle formed by reflected ray and normal. reflected, please write here correctly, reflected. This is your E reflected, angle between reflected ray and normal. This is your angle of reflex, that means reflected angle. I think you understand very well all these basic definition. In examination sometimes in 2 marks may be asked. Now final question is, right, I think you write here. Now I want to write this part, and last topics, only few points are left there related to topic. First will be law of reflection of light. Law of reflection of light. What do you mean by law of reflection of light? Now, right here, first law. First law is very easy. Incident angle is equal to reflected angle. Right here, angle I is equal to angle R. This is first law. You can write in definition, incident angle is equal to reflected angle. I think you understand. Next will be your, this is your I, this is your R. Next will be your incident ray, right here, incident ray, reflected ray, and incident ray, reflected ray, and normal lies in same plane of, lies in same point and lies in same plane of a point. Just right here, lies on a point of same plane. Particular point right here, particular point of same plane, means that this is your plane MN and MON, and on this plane these all light ray fall, and that means you can see all these light ray fall, and this point at which all these meets. So you can write easily incident ray, reflected ray, and normal lies on particular point of same plane. Understand very easy. Now this is the law of reflection of light. I think you understand very easily. Now two cases I want to, special cases sometimes in different examination or your board examination also asked. So I want to give some basic, that means hints about this question. In examination many times asked what happens when light ray incident normally. Suppose that this is your surface, and when light ray falls normally, what will happen? If you want to measure the incident ray, what will you do? First of all, draw a normal. As you know that early incident ray falls on this surface normally, and on same path normal is drawn. Definitely angle between normal and incident ray, is equal to what? 0. Means that angle I is equal to 0. When angle I is equal to 0, so angle R will be what? Also 0. According to what? According to law of reflection of light. So you have to understand it. When light ray incident normally on a surface, what will happen? Angle R is equal to 0. That means here, if angle I is equal to 0, then angle R is equal to what? This light ray reback. This light ray will be reback here. This light ray reback in same medium. So, I think you understand very well. Reback in same medium, so angle R is equal to 0 degree. And next point will be, suppose that this is your surface, and if light ray incident parallel to this surface, what will happen? And you know that for measuring the incident angle, what will we do? First of all, we draw a normal. If we draw a normal, then what will happen? If it goes or incident parallel to the surface, it makes an incident angle 90 degree. Then after reflection, what will happen here? Definitely, if angle I is equal to 90 degree, definitely angle R will be again 90 degree. And if angle R is equal to 90 degree, then definitely it will pass through in similar way, in same medium. I think both questions sometimes in examination is asked. So please understand this question is very easy. When light ray incident normally to the surface, it reflected in same medium normally, and when light ray normally but angle is equal to 0 degree, when light ray incident parallel to the surface, then it goes in same way in other medium. I think you understand. And here angle r is equal to 90 degree. And I think your first topic reflection, law of reflection of light, and some its introduction part in which diffraction and some how do we see an object, what is light, all these concepts are clear. In next class we will again discuss image formed by plane mirror. How does it, how can you frame, how do you form an image with the help of plane mirror, and different kinds of image you will also discuss, and definition of image I will again we will also discuss about it. Thanks all of you. In next class we will discuss next topic. Bye all of you.